Hello everyone! So today I did an interview with the lovely Theo. If you are part of any WhatsApp groups, especially the ones for online teaching, you will know Theo. He is always helping, always extending his hand, and he's very, very knowledgeable about the online English community. He's been teaching for over 5 years. He was a trainer as well. And he actually decided to today talk about the difficulties that South Africans have in this industry. So stay tuned. Join me.
You are ready?
I am ready, yes. Okay. So welcome, Teacher Theo. It is so good to finally have you here and to meet you kind of in person. Thank you so much for everything that you always do on all the WhatsApp groups, all the help that you always offer. I think you're probably one of the most helpful people that I've seen. Your generosity and your kindness is amazing. Thank you so much, Theo. Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks. It's like I'm not used to, I'm one of those. If you've noticed on the groups, it's like when people say, "Oh, this and this," and I'm like, "No, it's fine." It's like so I'm not used to this. I'm just like there to
are you
help, and
blushing?
it's like, it's got butter in here. Where's my pen?
Oh,
But it's a
Theo.
pleasure, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. So, Theo, how did you actually get into online teaching, or what made you decide to start?
Well, Kalula, to answer your question is, I used to work in call centers my whole life, okay, where I did. And then I saw an advertisement for a call center in my hometown where they were looking for a team leader, a team manager. And I went and I applied and I got it. And on my first, I was like, okay, what are these people doing? I'm like, okay. And that's, and I'm like, okay, they're teaching online. And I was like, okay. And then I went to my manager and I said to my boss, and I said to him, listen, you expect me to coach these people. You expect me to tell them where they did wrong, and I have no idea of how to do this job. Can I get into this? And he said to me, yes, you can. And I started teaching online, and I, like, okay, now I can teach them and all of that. And then I got sick, and we didn't know what was wrong with me. And then finally realized that I have lupus. And the doctor said to me, because it was such a close environment and I was constantly sick, that I need to make a choice. Either look for something where I'm going to be in a better environment for my health, or we can start planning my funeral because my health was going down. And the only option I had was to do online teaching from home. I went and I started, and at that point in time, I had no support, nothing. There wasn't WhatsApp groups, nothing. I basically had to sit and search, go into Google, search like, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I made a promise and I said, if this works, I promise I will help other people. And it did work. And I actually enjoy it. It's like from the moment I had my first class that, the thing is, it's like, yeah, my first class was like, and I was like, yay, and all of that. And the kid was sitting there like, I was like, come on, let's do it. I can't hear you and all of that. And I felt like after that 30 minutes, that felt like an hour. I was like, I can do this. I can do this. But yeah, that's basically how I got, it's a little bit more information, but that is how I got into it.
Okay. And when was that, Theo? Like a few years ago, recently?
It was a few years ago. And, the thing is, it's like, it's almost now I'm doing this now. Since I started at the teaching center, it's almost 5 years that I'm doing this. But
Awesome.
since I was diagnosed, it's just under 4 years since I was diagnosed, and I'm doing it from home. And yeah, it's like, I've never been happier. I've never been healthier. It's even with the COVID thing going on at this moment, I am still very healthy, and I'm, looking after myself and everything. And yeah, you have to make a choice in life that's going to be the best for you and for your children. And I actually found that the laughter and the laughs and the fun that I have with my children, my students, I call them my children because they're all like my, it's like you get to touch them. It's like the laughter and the fun and the stuff that we do in classes. It's the best therapy you can ask for, because they make you laugh, they make you forget about stuff. And it
Yeah.
is, I in the mornings when I go up, I'm like, who do I have today? Oh yes, like like a child.
That's amazing.
I can be my adult child again.
I think that's such a good thing to strive towards. I'm so sorry to hear about your health and how it went down, but I'm so happy that you found something that was able to bring you back up and make you happy and stimulate you. And you're so right. Like, being that child again is just so much fun and such a great part of this job.
It is the best part of the job. And
I love it. I love it, Theo. Thank you so much. So before you started in the call center, you had no teaching experience at all. You just started straight with online teaching there and then jumped into it afterwards?
Before that is I always wanted to be a teacher. And then I got into the call center and I moved into what they call quality assurance. When you call in a call center and say calls are recorded. And then I started training people where I was like, okay, so this is what you do. And I fell in love with training. So when I went into the teachings, the teaching and all of that, I had training experience, but not teaching experience like that, which is like a very scary, because when you teach, like when you left first class, you teach, you're so aware of yourself. Gradually I was like, okay, I can look at myself now I can be crazy, and I love being crazy.
That's awesome, Theo. I agree with you. It's a lot of fun for sure. Theo, if you had to describe your teaching experience in 3 words, which 3 words would you use?
Okay, I'm going to give him more than 3 words. When I started, it was scary, terrifying, educational. Okay.
Okay.
That's the now it's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. There's nothing that I don't enjoy.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Theo, for all your words. The fun. And I definitely agree with self-growth. I think it's super, super important as well. And I think we also need to keep growing and learning all the time as teachers, because so much changes all the time, I feel, especially in this industry.
It does. And the thing is about this industry, what people don't understand is you're not competing about your neighborhood, your city, your province, or your state or your country. You are competing with the rest of the world. And if you're not gonna look at yourself and see, okay, where can I grow? You are gonna stay at the bottom. You're gonna stay there. And the other thing is, it's like everyone is like, oh no, I don't want to do this. I want to do that. Bollocks. Sorry for the word. Do what you like. Do what you do. It's like, I always said, oh, I don't want to teach children. I want to teach adults. I've applied at so many companies and they all come back with the same feedback. You are too energized for adult students. And I'm like, clearly the universe is telling me something. So I made use of the fact that I'm teaching children. And the other thing is as well is everyone is so scared of making a mistake.
Yeah.
We are all human. Whether you're a teacher, whether you're a student, if you make a mistake, say, oh, golly, I made a mistake. Now, what was the mistake? Let's fix it.
Yeah.
If a student make a mistake, I'm like, I never said, no, that's not how you do it. When something that I found is everyone says instant correction. If I have a student and we have a paragraph that we need to read, I break it down for them line by line. And I let them read the line. And as they read, I will underline the words. And then I will say to them at the end, wow, that was great. Let's look at these words.
Yeah.
And not once did I say to them, you did a bad job. And then I'm like, wow, let's say it again. I will say to them, do you have any questions? Then they're like, no. I'm like, do you understand what we've just discovered, what we've just discussed? They will say, yes, I understand. Then I go like, okay, what does this word mean? And then they're like, teacher, I don't know. Then I don't go like, I thought you said you understand everything. I'm like, okay, cool. This is what it means. Now I've got this with my students when I say to them, do you understand? Do you have any questions? And I was like, teacher, this word, I don't understand this word.
Aw.
I gave them the confidence where they know that if I don't understand, it is awesome. It's okay to say I don't understand.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's such an amazing thing to give to your students.
A lot of people come into this industry thinking that, oh, it's a quick buck, because people go and they advertise and say, oh, I can teach you how to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month from day one. And then they come in, they don't see the student as a person.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to see you as my $10 for the hour. That is the wrong thing. They don't
Yeah.
care about the student. They don't care about the growth of that student. The moment you start focusing on your student, the moment you start investing in your student and in the growth of your student, that's when you become successful.
Mr. Theo, so we spoke about so many positive things already. It's been amazing. I want to know, what are some of the challenges that you might have faced or that you have seen other people facing? I know we were talking earlier about South Africans in general.
Yes, the thing is, there's this misconception in the world that South Africans can't speak English, that we are not a native country. We have 11 official languages. English is the main official language, and we are actually native. Everyone's, speaks native English. Yes, you're going to have a little bit of an accent here and there, but people do have that neutral accent. And the fact is that the biggest challenge to me is to show the world that not all South Africans are like that. Yes, we have this thing called load shedding, where certain times of the day we have electricity and certain times we have not. But you know what? We come prepared. It's not where I'm sitting right now. If the power went off within 10 seconds, I will be back online. I'm not going to lose connection or anything. All I need to do is it's just the light that's going to go off like this. And then within 10 seconds, I will have it back on because everything is right here, sorted. It's like that. And that is the thing. It's like to show the people that South Africans are not horrible. We are just like everyone in the world. We have our challenges, but we are successful, and we can speak English. We don't talk English like everyone thinks It's like, yeah, we do have a neutral thing where we do it normally.
Yeah, I do agree. It's super true. I don't sound South African for everyone that is watching this, but I am.
You
I don't know.
are? Oh!
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I actually am. I learned to speak English in the States when I was a kid. So I'm actually Afrikaans.
You love. I grew up in a bilingual household. English mum, Afrikaans dad. And you can swear in Afrikaans. That's one thing about it's the best, it's like you can say it out straight. But my first company that I taught for, when I did it they started me on $3 an hour.
Hectic.
I've worked my way up to what I'm earning now.
$3,
And you get to that point where you say to them, this is what I'm earning, this is what I'm worth, and they will pay you what you are worth.
Yeah, that's really excellent advice. I really love that a lot. I definitely think that is something that a lot of people let get in their way, if that makes sense, because I've had the same thing, honestly, where people tell me, oh, but I'm South African. So in my mind, I think the same way that you do. I'm like, blow them away, show them who you are, like push, work for it, be enthusiastic, be energetic. If you want it, go get it, So I think that's really, really awesome. I love all of that advice that you just gave. That's perfect. Thank you, Theo.
Pleasure. It's like, the thing is, it's like everyone's got this thing of doing online teaching is such an easy job. Guess what? It's not an easy job. It is hard work. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes preparation. It takes sacrifice. But in the end, it's worth it. And no matter where you're from, what country you're from how old you are, if you're not going to be willing to do all of that, you're not going to do that. And that is the thing what I've done. And also, there wasn't on this one WhatsApp group of ours, there was someone there. actually a few people that was very rude to this recruiter.
Mm.
And he contacted me and he said to me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take any people from South Africa because of that. And it took me, I don't know how many conversations to try and show to him that not all South Africans are like that.
Wow.
And he said to me, his words to me was, Theo, if you ever need something, contact me. But don't expect me to help anyone else from your country. I said to him, but please don't judge everyone from the country based on the experience of the people on this WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've made a note of everyone on that WhatsApp group, and those people I will never help. And I was like, oh my word, because of a few people, they've actually closed the door on a whole lot of other people. And that's what I'm trying to just say in the groups. If you are disrespectful or if you are rude, I'm not going to stand for that. I will remove you off my group and I will ban you from the groups, because you're not going to, make other people put other people down because you didn't get your way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you want to act like a child, go to your mommy and your daddy and tell them, to spoon feed you. This is the grown-up world. We don't take that.
Yes. Oh, Theo, thank you. Thank you for standing up for us and trying your best. But yeah, I can see you have really strong principles and morals. You're a very good person. Thank you so much.
That's why I'm saying to you in the beginning of our conversation, I don't miss social media. I just have, as long as I can have my TikTok and my moon pie, I am happy.
Thank you so much, Theo. Theo?
Yes?
Do you feel like acting?
Why not? Let's do some acting. What do you want to act?
What Theo is going to do now is he's going to do 5 or a few more seconds, a little snippet of what it's like to be an online English teacher.
Okay, Shada will go like, okay. Now I can hear you. You killed these ears, but these ears can hear you. Can you say that again? No, I didn't say shout. I said say it again. That's why I love me bunny ears.
That's very cute. That's a really great idea as well. Thank you so much, Theo. That's awesome.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Last question I have for you today, Theo. We kind of touched on it already with the CV and applying to all of the places regardless of where you're from or whatever. But is there any other advice that you can think or that you would like to give somebody that is thinking about becoming an online teacher?
Yes, the best advice I can give people is when you want to become an online teacher, don't think of it as a quick buck. Don't think of it as easy money. Don't think of it as an easy job, because it is not. Don't just think and say, okay, I can do the TEFL course and come and just start doing that. Before you want to do teaching, before you do that, actually get someone that is doing online teaching, or go onto YouTube and look at lessons, see at what people do, how they do it. If you're still not sure, reach out to people. Say, is there someone in my community that's doing this? Can I maybe come and spend like a little bit of time and see how you do it?
Yeah.
Go spend time with that person, see what they do, see how they do it. Get a bigger picture of what they do.
Yeah.
And if you feel that, okay, you can do it, reach out to WhatsApp groups, reach out to groups where people help people. Like what I do is in my WhatsApp groups, it's especially people that comes in that just their TEFL certificates, they don't get the practical. Ask someone, listen, I want to do this. I've never done it before. Do you mind doing a few lessons with me? I will email, what I do with the people that I help is I email them lesson plans, that I create. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be this and this and this. And we act it out. I make them do that. And I had people that said to me, thank you, but this is not for me. You saved me from ruining my reputation. Where others said, okay, I like it. Can we do more? Got to this point where I don't care if people think I look crazy. I'm enjoying it. My student is enjoying it. And most importantly, my student is learning.
Yes.
And that is the thing. It's like you need to focus on your student. It's not about you. It's about the person on the other side. That person is spending money. That
Yeah.
person is taking time to get you. They picked you.
I feel like when people start teaching, they have this perception that they need to be a teacher. Like, I need to teach this and I need to get these words across and all this kind of stuff, right? Where online teaching is not that at all. Like, at all. You want to build rapport with your students. You want to become friends with them. You want to actually like have that relationship with them, have fun with them. I'm the same. I also don't get my students to call me teacher. I just say Lula, like Lula, you know, and we have so much fun together. I think it's so, so important. And I'm so happy to see teachers that are that way, because you're changing lives, you know, and you're having fun while doing it, and you're making an impression, and they keep coming back to you because obviously you're doing something that they love, which is awesome.
Exactly. And the other thing is a lot of people, you know, come in and they say, I have this student, but I only saw them once. It's like, yes, you need to get them to come back to you over and over and over. And you mentioned it now, you're building them. We are setting as an online teacher, and you're setting the foundation. They're going to build on that.
Yeah.
If you do it wrong, you are going to mess it up for them completely. It's, you know, you're breaking them, and then they're going to get to a point where they're, but Teacher Theo said this, and I'm telling you this, and then they're going to say, okay, but Teacher Theo was wrong. And that's also going to break their trust in you. So you need to make sure that you are doing it, you know, correctly, that you are right, and all of that stuff. And the thing is, I have students where the parents are in the class and like, we are here, they've seen, okay, we don't have anything to worry about. You know, this guy's doing a great job. And that is the thing. It's like, you need to have fun with this. And you said to me, I think it wasn't, the other day or yesterday or something, you said to me, what do I call myself? An online teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
I call myself an online friend because I'm your friend. I'm here to teach you English. I'm your English friend. I'm not your English teacher. I'm your English friend. And that is it. And that is how you should look at it. So.
That's awesome. I love that. That's really cool. Thank you, Theo.
It is a pleasure.
Theo, I've had so much fun talking to you today. Do you have any questions for me? I feel like I've just been asking you.
Yes. Just 1 second. I just need to take a sip of water.
Okay.
Now, Teacher Lula, tell us about yourself. Why did you become an online teacher?
Okay, I'll tell you. So I have actually been working on boats and cruise ships for like the last 8 years, and I really lacked like human connection. Well, like actual real connection, because it was all based on sales and pleasing guests and stuff, you know what I mean? So when I decided to leave that, I wanted to have a career where I could connect again with people, but also something that gave me the flexibility to connect with like my loved ones again, because you miss out on so much when you're overseas doing that. Like you miss out on birthdays and babies being born and weddings and all this kind of stuff. So I wanted to be able to have the freedom to still work, but not be working literally 18 hours a day. So you do work hard as an English teacher. It's super true, but I feel like it's a rewarding job. So you're having fun and you're doing something amazing and you're changing lives and you're building connections. So for me, that's why I wanted to go into online teaching. I'm not going to tell everyone what our plan is, Theo, but we have a plan.
No!
Yes, we have a plan. So we're going to collaborate later on. So everyone
World
watch.
domination.
Yes, so watch this space, because Theo and I have something really exciting we're going to start doing soon. But don't tell them. Okay?
Tell them what? I don't know anything. What are you talking about? So, that was fun. Thank you very much for
Thank you so much,
today.
Theo. Yes, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed chatting with you today. And I'll chat to you soon.
Cool. We'll chat soon, and thank you for everyone watching. And yeah, as you can see, South African people are crazy. Just joking. No, we're not.
We're a little bit
So, but
silly.
anyway, it's not. But anyway, thank you so much for having me, and have a great day further.
You too, Theo. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. Thank you for your help, as always.
Pleasure. Bye.
Bye, Theo. Thank you.